Well, welcome back. Great. This was exactly what it was, I think. The good, the Phillies. The very good, the Eagles draft. And the very frustrating, Sixers and Knicks. Oof. All right, joining us, John Zapata, JP, my cohort, other cohort, Violations, Greg Caputo, VG. Got the shorts on today?
Yeah, got them legs out.
Phil and Phyllis.
Look at that.
Need some color, cuz.
It's not even leg day.
He goes, you guys are wearing the twins. You're working with the twins over
A lot of neck showing today. There should have been a neck warning on this show at the beginning of the
You're
broadcast.
an anti-neck guy. You got a bad neck. All right?
Yeah. Car
so
accident broke my neck, so I got a
you
bad
hate
neck.
the neck.
I love
It's
the
your
neck.
least favorite body part.
Yeah. You guys can groom it back down a little bit. A little hair popping out the top of these shirts here.
Easy. You got the Phil and Phyllis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil and Phyllis hat. I like it. All right. First, let's go to the people. What are the people saying?
It's 110% Sixers today.
Is it really?
Big fan of the show.
Draft?
Vince Pellegrini was started off early. And basketball's done in Philly for a decade.
Gee, thank you, Mr. Ops guy. I hear it, all PHLY. We only have the best Sixers coverage.
Jimmy Garecki, yo cuz, Maury gotta go. WC 13, no Brett Brown, no Ben Simmons, no Doc Rivers.
I saw that.
No James Harden, no excuses.
Yeah, he's right.
Pooped cheetah, number 2. This was the most embarrassing home court game of my life. Kind of agree.
Wow.
Dave,
Was it this one or the Hawks Father's Day?
No, this one.
this one's the worst for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one
Took
was
over
brutal.
our arena.
Yeah, well,
that's
I-
bad. That's bad.
Well, that was bad. Yes, Andrew. Yes.
Sure, we'll get to that.
I mean, that's a whole
That's another
segment.
separate
Yeah,
thing.
like just devastated. They came in. What's it? There Will Be Blood. The movie. They drank our milkshake, which was brutal, man.
I know.
Came to town and they drank it. And they
But
stuck
here's the
on it.
thing: like you can't blame Sixers fans because of what it's been like here.
I don't know. Ask Joel Embiid that question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in fairness, the retort is, "Yo, dude, like, how much torture are you going to put forth on these people?"
Well, I think it's a combination. Yeah. How many times have we been here and seen it? And when they got Harden 2 years ago, ticket prices jumped a good bit.
Yeah.
Pretty much priced out anything other than corporate people in that lower level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're seeing, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford the secondary market prices at all.
Well, not when you're playing New York.
Yeah.
And you got New York money.
Yep.
That's the problem. And what do you tell? I've always had this struggle. And I'll ask you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy for me to sit here and go, hey, you can't sell your tickets for a profit, right? Like, it's easy for me to sit here and go, that's a violation because you're selling it to the the opponent team. And obviously, we all agree that's not good. And that's not a good look. But then the flip side is somebody who's, we're working people.
Yeah.
Who you get,
Right.
you can actually turn a score. I mean, how do you turn it down?
It's a tough situation because I'm a season ticket holder with the Phils and playoffs. I get tempted playoff time.
Yeah.
I could pay
it's
for
good
my whole
profit.
season package buying a World
Right.
Series.
Yeah,
And
you really can't fault those people. Like, the one thing that I see online today was the whole Eagles thing. You never see that happen at the Link. But the thing is that look, obviously tickets at the Link are extremely expensive, but that organization has brought us more joy than what the Sixers have done over the past couple of years. So a lot of those fans are going to keep those seats
Well,
and
it's
are going to show
also
up as well.
a different animal, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true too.
yeah, it's a football
NFL,
season. It's
NBA.
NFL.
you got 8 games.
Yeah.
Tickets even the lower level are more affordable than
Yeah.
Sixers lower
But
level.
you'll never
tickets.
see that environment that we saw yesterday at the Wells Fargo Center. You'll never see that at the Link. Never. Like,
No.
you will never see a team take us over. You'll never see a team go into the main lobby and scream, F Jalen Hurts or anything like that.
No,
Like, that'll never happen. at the
no,
Link.
you're right about that. No, you're right.
And
on
that
it.
goes.
It's sad.
That
man.
was sad.
Yeah, the
The
FMV,
FMV thing
the
was-
MVP chants. They're selling Knicks merch outside
Yeah,
Wells Fargo.
I mean,
Knicks
that's all.
t-shirts,
And it's all because it's New York money, man. That's the bottom line.
yeah.
Now,
It was a money grab on all fronts, including from the hucksters selling the merch.
Now, I hate to bring this up, but it does raise a good point. So imagine we have 76th place. We're in downtown Philadelphia, and that happens again. And we have like a fan base like the Knicks that take over, and they run out into Market Street, start doing all this. What's that scene going to look like if that happens?
What's the difference, though? I mean, whether it's South Philly or Center City,
South Philly's a little more exile. They're kind of in their own little island down there.
No, in exile, I think. No, I don't think so. I think it's this. Listen, you get a bunch of Philadelphians and you get a takeover. We're not used to that. We're used to taking over the stadiums and arenas.
Yeah.
We talk about, the true fan travel.
Yeah.
And all the Eagles trips and taking
over
and, going there like Visigoths.
Yeah.
Like we've said that.
I mean, we take over DC. We can't afford to take over New York, but we take over DC with Nats games and any other sport down there because their team has struggled.
I went to Nashville in 2018. I went to Arizona in 2022. Both times we took over.
Yeah, I mean the issue really is we've gotten punked.
Yeah, we got beat down yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
On the court.
We lost our home court.
Yep.
And we had to suffer through another loss.
Brutal us.
Yeah.
How you feel about they put the Knicks jersey on Wilt?
Yeah, they did do that.
They put the Knicks jersey on Wilt.
I know, dude. I know. It's horrible.
Hurt.
Yeah. Listen, we remember what happened with the Vikings fans, the Rocky statue with the purple panties. Bad. It was bad.
Yeah, this one hurt more than just a loss. I'm used to the Sixers just disappointing us in the playoffs, but this one hurt.
Biggest reason to blame. I'll start with you, JP. Who you blame the most for yesterday?
For the Sixers in general?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you kind of have to blame Daryl. I mean, like you look at the cast around Joel and Tyrese, and that's what we're talking about, right? Like if you get something out of someone else not named Maxey or Embiid, one of the big things we're talking about this series is toughness. This team lacks toughness. Although beginning of the year, they did have two guys who did bring that toughness.
Well, but let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So if you make the determination that, look, I know Kyle called it a gap year, that you're not going to win this year, you might take a shot, but you're not going to win, and that you have the freedom to not sign the OG, but now the freedom after this offseason to go out and build a whole roster around Embiid and Maxey, don't you say, all right, before I blame him, I got to see what next year looks like.
No, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, like, as of right now, that's the one I'm going to blame. Yeah. Obviously, listen, the offseason can change a lot of things.
But that's the mindset. Tough. Like, the mindset is it's not this year, it's we're going to build it next year. What's the matter?
What do you got, Andrew?
Andrew's like chomping.
Yeah,
you look runnerish.
The thing why I'm looking that way is because I just feel like year in and year out, we have the same argument about having role players around Embiid. And if it's the same front office making the same decisions, what's going to be different next year? How many times have we changed role players around Embiid and everybody, and it's always the same product? Is it going to change? I don't think so.
Well, it may not, and it could be Embiid is, snake bitten or whatever you want to say, right? He's not a winner. I've heard that, or he's just got tremendous bad luck. I've heard that. Whatever it is, that could be it. As far as the roster construction, you've been chasing. Ben Simmons turns into Harden, right? And there was so much you could put around them. Next year will be the first year where we'll actually have roster freedom. And that's the truth of the matter.
But to Andrew's point there, well, what has Morey done? What has his track record said that he's going to be able to put that team into? I'm not telling you he will. My point is that you like the house money of it?
Well, no. Here's my point is that you had Ben Simmons. You had to deal with Ben Simmons. So Morey says, all right, well, the only way I can get rid of Ben Simmons is to get James Harden, to trade one wart for another wart who's going to play. Played, came up short, whole thing. And now you have all this freedom. Morey didn't sign Tobias Harris, right? So you can't put that on Morey. You got to go into it and go, all right, well, what's this offseason going to be like? You agree, disagree?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, where this was a a throwaway year. I don't want to say that, but that's kind of what it seemed like.
Whatever you want to call it.
But I do think, and maybe this was the best he could have done with 1-year deals, but we were bought into these role players, and they stunk.
Oh, dude. I raise my hand when it comes to Buddy. Who expects? But I defy you.
That was big.
Who expects Buddy Hield to completely go into a turtle shell?
It was.
I mean, I've never seen anything like. Oh, have you guys ever seen a guy like this? Is a kid who played in the national championship game, right? Like we played. This is a guy who played big time college ball. I talked to Legs on Friday about this.
Yeah.
Who expects him to completely go hide under a rock?
He's a shooter, right? What shooters are like
terrible.
that?
Shooters, right? Shooters walk around with onions, right? That's the whole rap
they could
thing.
be over 12. They're jacking,
like,
they shoot.
That's it. You got to be unconscious. This dude, he didn't want the basketball.
No. Looking on the sideline like.
Legs said Friday they don't run that offense where he just is posted up on the corner and just can catch and shoot. All right, but you still gotta be able to pull the trigger. I've never seen anything like it.
No, dude has no confidence.
It's like a big leaguer who goes up to the plate and just doesn't want to swing.
Dude, it's as if he just came from the G League to this series and never played pro ball.
Yield.
I know.
Like it's not like he's like nobody.
Can I just say this? I know you're talking about roster construction. The biggest name that they're looking at, and this has been realistic, we've been seeing the stories coming out, is Paul George. Paul George is a wart. You want to talk about warts? I don't think that he's going to be a winner.
That's another
and to bring him
conversation.
in
Now,
here,
he had a good game yesterday.
He did.
But that's what I'm talking about. Ownership right now, this front office, they're making those decisions to bring Paul George in. I have no hope. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Okay, well, before we get to Paul George, we got to get past the series, and then we'll get into that roster construction. Unfortunately, some of the now Siakam hasn't signed the extension. Everybody says he's going to, so that's that. We'll see. I want to see how it plays out, but the mindset of going into redoing a whole roster around Embiid and Maxey was smart, Andrew. It was. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's smart.
I have nothing against Maxey and Embiid.
We all just agree. B-ball Paul, he stinks. I know there's some weird Philly love for him. They have to find a big that's serviceable for 10 to 12 minutes.
We're still talking about this after all these years.
My God. Like I have friends who are huge
how many
B-ball
times I
Paul
rail
fans.
on that about not his basketball IQ.
They named the sport after him.
Yeah, but where do the Knicks find these centers, though?
See, we love these stories of these role players, and half of them blow.
Yeah.
Blow.
I mean, half of them just are not like. We love these guys. Sometimes they just can't play.
The muckers and the grinders.
Yes,
That's
and
cool.
meanwhile, the true muckers and grinders are wearing orange and blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Josh Hart again, 6'5", 17 rebounds. No, what are you kidding me?
Hey, look, I compiled the bench scoring of the winning teams yesterday. Knicks 14 points, T-Wolves bench 17 points, Pacers bench 28 points, Clippers bench 22, Sixers 6.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
They're just not
right
even.
there.
They're not even in comparison with the rest of the league.
no. But and by the way, you can't even find guys on the bench that you want to play.
No.
I mean, I get
some
Nick Nurse. I go,
some
you got to
campaign
get
minutes.
Embiid rest
Yeah.
because Embiid just doesn't have the gas tank to go an entire second half.
That was a mistake, not
It
resting him in the fourth.
It was a huge. In the third, he should have been gone. Like I like the rhythm which they did it. It was 2 games ago where he sits the last 4 minutes or 5 minutes of the third quarter and a little bit of the fourth, and then you go let him finish the game.
Yeah. And I get they were getting totally outscored when Embiid's on the bench, but I think
You
even in
need
the
a
fourth
fresh at
quarter
the
with
end.
him out there, Knicks went on a 6-0 run at some point. He needed that rest.
And you saw him. I mean, he's sitting there and he's grabbing his shorts.
He's
30 feet from the basket.
There was the one possession he did not move. He
No.
stood at the 3-point line,
You and I
hunched
both
over.
said. I think we texted at the same time.
Yeah, he did not move. He just stood there.
He stood there, like bent over.
Yeah, at that point, just get him out for a minute. Give him a breather and some water.
But you got to get somebody. Like, and the other thing too is looking at Tobias Harris again. Oh God!
So what is it, Mike? I don't understand. Why was he not bought out? Not waived? Like, is that something Harris doesn't want to pay money for? Just dead money? Why is he here?
I think there's like a little glimpse that they feel like he can give you some type of production because there's been glimpses throughout these couple years where was it 20
They weren't
Doc's
gonna
first
buy
year. Doc's first
They were
year.
never going to buy him.
He was a borderline MVP
Is
in
that
the
just a
first half of the
financial
year.
decision?
Or All-Star. It's not MVP. I'm sorry.
It's Tobias. So ultimately, he shouldn't be on the floor. I know you have nobody else, but I'd rather have Batum,
Yes.
whose energy, even though I'm not expecting him to do what he did against Miami, but just as an energy guy, I'd prefer to have him on the
I'd
floor.
rather see RC4. Give me a Ricky Council.
It's
talked
tough
about
bringing
that.
him in for the
I
last
know
4 minutes.
now it's tough, but like we talked about this after game 1.
Yeah, no, that's fair. We did talk about it earlier. You should have done it earlier in the series.
Now it's too late.
Yeah, yeah.
And the pile on. The Phillies have 19 wins.
I know.
League leading 19 wins.
We should
and
be
they're
happy.
a game and a half out of first place.
I know.
You got to be kidding me.
I
The
know.
Braves. I mean,
They win.
they need to be investigated. I want some drug testing going on with the Braves. I mean, something is going
what's
on
crazy
down
about
there.
them is that I look at their pitching and go, I am. Charlie Morton's 1,000 years old, right?
No.
Like Max Free's okay, like whatever. I look at Elder, Bryce Elder, stuff's okay.
Bats getting
Right?
done over there.
And they just don't. It's amazing. It's incredible. All they do is just rake.
Rake.
Ozuna,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
like,
he needs to be tested. That guy suddenly
Ozuna.
Sammy Sosa this
I
year.
wanted Ozuna. How long we want Ozuna for? He was a guy you could always pick up. And meanwhile, all he does is he hit bombs and doubles.
Dude, I got Ronaldo Lopez. In my fantasy league, he's starting for the Braves now. He's ranked 19th in our league. He's insane.
Yeah.
Like, how did they get it out of this guy?
And they bring him up when Austin Riley. It started with that Austin Riley, Albies, Acuna.
It's just,
Right? Like, all they do
Prospect
is.
after prospect.
Yeah.
It's
How
such,
about what's the Michael Harris, who's fantastic.
Yeah, local.
But this Phillies team, they're a juggernaut.
yeah, they sweep the Padres.
19 wins. It's true,
Well,
man.
that's what I'm saying. We get the April we've wanted. It just felt like a piled on kick in the junk when they're 19. They league leading 19 wins and they're not in first place.
Yeah,
you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, but at some point, I love the Phillies rotation compared to Atlanta, and the Phillies will hit.
Yeah.
So, it's going to come down to, you know how it is. It's going to come down to October. Phillies and Braves again.
I love Brad, but come on, violations picking Mike Trout to hit a home run tonight. Bet Mike Trout to hit a home run tonight against Sanchez. Come on, Brad.
Yeah. Well, he got
Read the room.
Listen, he got hit Friday night because Musgrave got raked. Musgrave, I loved it. Musgrove. I was like, oh my God. I think I texted him like, Musgrove.
I think I got a Phil's nugget you might like. I don't know if you know this or not. Does the name Samuel Aldegeri ring a bell for you?
No.
You're going to like this.
All right.
He's a 6'1" southpaw playing at the Jersey Shore Phillies team from Verona, Italy.
Oh,
yeah.
He's on track. He's hoping to be the first native-born Italian player to make the bigs.
there we go.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Right now, he's got 15 1/3 innings pitched. His whip is 0.58.
Let's
In
go.
15 1/3 innings, he's got 21 Ks and 0 earned runs.
That's fabulous.
Wow.
There we go.
That's awesome. And he's from Verona.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool.
That's
Let me ask you, let's go best and worst of the weekend.
okay.
All right.
We're going best first.
Yes. You want to stay with worst?
I mean,
Let's go worst. I'll start with you, JP.
obviously we don't need to talk about the Knicks taking over Wells Fargo Center, Joel, but I want to talk about the Suns because if you think we're in a bad spot, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. Number one, I think you guys saw the clip on Twitter. Bradley Beal going to the bench, Frank Vogel trying to get the hand clap, and Bradley was like, "Nope, I'm going right to the bench. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to even shake your hand." And then
Well, he was horrible. Yes. Like Bradley
Yeah.
Beal was terrible. Did you watch that game? He was terrible.
that whole series was bad for the Suns. That was just a terrible,
No, he stunk.
Yeah.
He sucked. Like Bradley Beal, and we always talk about Beal, during
God,
the
we didn't
process.
get him. Oh, my
Dame,
God.
Beal, throwing the same freaking names out, right? He sucked.
He did.
He was horrible. Listen, KD brought it. Booker brought it, obviously. The rest of that team, mutt.
Well, Kevin Durant is now again in a tough spot with, what's his future going to look like. But the worst part about this team has 0 first-round picks from 2025
they
to
traded all. They're
2030
done.
and 0 second-round picks from this year till 2030. That is a terrible situation.
Yeah, they're done.
The Suns, if you're a Suns fan, we feel for PHNX because obviously they're losing the Coyotes, and now the Suns are terrible.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
KD, come here. Just saying it. Just saying it.
Beal had 9 points last night.
He was terrible. So I watched that game. He was terrible.
All right, I think I have a photo visual effect or
Of worse.
accompanying my worst. I saw this at a grocery store yesterday. I went grocery shopping. There's a gentleman walking the aisles with two 40-pound dogs in the grocery store, just cruising down the aisle.
Still
with
got
the
more
leashes
dogs than the Sixers.
The leash is attached to his cart. Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
No, yo, listen.
People might be allergic to dogs. I'm a dog guy. They might be afraid of dogs.
I love dogs.
Yeah.
You can't bring dogs into
They're
a
not service
grocery
dogs,
store.
right? These are just regular.
No, they are not service dogs.
They don't look
Where's
like
that?
service
The
dogs.
Acme? Where's that at? That street?
No, those dogs never get into Acme. It's Whole Foods.
It was Whole Foods?
Yeah, on South Street.
Yeah. Actually, I look at it, say it look familiar because I lived right down the street for 20 years.
No, that's a JO move, bringing two dogs
It's
like
just
that
so-
to the
yes, that's a
grocery
violation.
store.
I agree.
Can't leave the dogs at
Stone.
home. Like,
Yeah.
No, you can't bring dog. First, you're right. You can't bring a dog to a grocery. Listen, nobody loves dogs like we love dogs.
Yeah.
Right? You do charity stuff for the dogs. I got Gooch and my Bocce. Like we love our dogs.
Love
you
dogs.
don't bring them. It's not right.
If I bring an apple home and there's random dog hairs on my apple,
Yeah.
I'm irritated.
Yeah, yo, dude, come on. And they're shedders. Those dogs.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can see they're beautiful dogs, but they were
The
shedders.
only thing worse than that was my bill, $205 for two people.
Forget
shopping.
Whole Foods. Forget about it.
You'll go broke.
I get nervous every time my wife goes, "Oh, I'm ordering Whole Foods today." Oh, okay. And then Anthony got like the bags are going. It's like he just ate $200, like there's $200 bills. So best.
I'm going to go with one of my favorites growing up, D-Jack. He's staying in the Philly area. It looks like he's going to be the new wide receiver and return specialist for what was formerly known as Woodrow Wilson High School, now Eastside High School in Camden, New Jersey. Giving back to the kids. Love giving that tutelage
That's
to some
cool.
of those kids.
Yeah.
He's coaching?
D-Jack, yo kids.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You gotta get D-Jack on there.
I got to get D-Jacks on the Yo Kids.
That's
That's
awesome.
right. That's good stuff.
That was fun.
I love it.
Boom
Boom.
weekend.
Dude,
Breaking.
571 he hit this weekend.
dude,
Nasty.
you know what's amazing about him? His plate coverage.
Yeah.
Not to geek out, but his plate coverage is absurd. Like no one is a contact guy like him. Like he's one of those guys that I have the ultimate faith in to make contact.
Yeah.
Because his coverage is incredible.
But I just read he's being more selective. Like he can cover the plate, but he's staying off the pitches on the end that he can hit for a weak, ground out. So he's really being more selective about the strikes he's swinging at.
He's a great hitter. He's a
Doing
terrific
some
hitter.
power, 3 doubles, a home run this weekend.
Can I give you my my best?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I have to.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Speaking
I
of
actually
plate coverage,
I have his home run trot. I was going to send it. I'm like, nah, it's stupid. But Moss went yard. First real home run.
There you go, Mom.
All right, like real home run over the
clear
fence.
the fence. Yeah.
Yeah, like
nice.
it was like two, and he hit one Saturday, and then he came back and hit another one on Sunday.
There we go.
So he's got two fired up.
Yeah,
you
dude,
go,
he's got to be
Moss.
feeling great.
Yeah, he's
trotting around.
Yeah, you got the 2J. The second one, I go, dude, you perfected your home run trot. He was like on cloud 9. And the beauty is the kids. Like when you see these, like all the kids come out of the dugout, they're jumping up and down.
Yeah.
They're a beautiful bunch of kids, man.
Is that a rare thing at that age? Like I'm not like clearing the fence. Does that happen?
No, well, it's not an everyday occurrence,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it happens.
Okay.
Especially with these bats.
Yeah.
Now, right away last night, he was on the bat patrol last night. He's like, Daddy, can I get a new bat? Because everybody swings the Easton Fire bat.
They're expensive
Those
these
are
days,
like
right?
$300, $400.
Oh, God, you dude. You don't even want to know. So, but all these kids, and you see these kids, they swing this bat, and it's like this fire bat. It's like the orange, yellow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so now
yeah.
Moss wants, now he thinks he's,
You're here hitting home runs with this bat. Why do you need a better bat?
right now, all
Your
of a sudden
bat.
he's
This is your
like,
bat.
oh, what about? So we're watching the Baseball Bros last night.
Oh.
They do a bat. You never see the Baseball
No.
Bros? So
Watching it.
they're like the Baseball Bat Bros.
Okay.
So they try out all the bats. And it's awesome because Like the guy will hit it a mile. It's 115 exit velo. He hit one yesterday with these, because these bats they're like almost illegal, these bats. He hit a ball. It went 550 feet. Yeah, I got to show you the video. The exit velo was 122.
They have a pitching machine throwing it to him?
No, it's somebody throwing
Like
people.
batting practice.
It was
bonkers.
ridiculous. 550 feet, 122 exit velo.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was.
good stuff, EJ.
Yeah,
That's
like he's
bonkers.
doing
That's
it,
bro.
Yeah.
He's got a pencil bat.
Yes, that's
I like those pencil bats.
That's one of those.
Oh, I've seen those guys.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
YouTube
a big fan of the baseball bat bros.
You got to show Moss the videos of the kids in Dominican playing ball with bats from 30 years ago.
Dude,
Training with those
dude,
bats.
you want to talk about, like, that's why you'll see some home runs. Now, I will tell you, like, they were legit. Like his were legit last night. I was over the weekend.
So did you order a bat?
No,
Is the
not
bat
yet.
coming?
What's that?
Is a bat in the future?
He's got to sign. So I said, listen, you have to sign a contract.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make him. There's all these tasks, hard work, chores around the house. Like, it's going to be step. So he's got
Love
to
it,
sign the
cuz.
contract.
Love it.
And then if he signs the contract, he gets the bat. But if he doesn't fulfill the contract, the bat goes away.
You got a safe you can put the bat into?
Well,
Like, what do you mean, under your bed? He's
It's
gonna
probably
find the bat.
the most expensive thing I'll own. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
These kids, man.
So, draft. You guys neither said anything about the draft. I'll start with you because I know you were always a skeptic.
What I think of the Eagles draft or the draft in general?
The Eagles draft.
I mean, the Eagles draft was freaking fantastic. We touched upon it in the opening monologue here today, but obviously love starting it off with the two cornerbacks there. Obviously you get the nostalgic pick with Jeremiah. I think we all texted each other in the group chat once Jeremiah tried to pick because that was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Get a linebacker, someone we all love. You interviewed
By the way,
him.
fifth round, man. Like,
I was
that's a
little shocked
value
about that. I
pick.
thought he was going to fall to second or third, but we get him in the fifth. That was
I thought he would
awesome.
go fourth.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the Keegan kid out of Michigan. I think you guys saw the video as well. He's already built for Philly, chugging beers after the national championship game. But no, Howie does it again, getting a lot of value picks. He fit a lot of needs as well. It was, again, another home run draft for Howie Roseman. It was great.
I mean, Howie owns the process and draft day. He does it really well. On paper, sure. Yeah, great draft. We felt the same way the last 2 years. So
No, I hear you.
we'll see what
Jordan
happens.
Davis, fair. You know, again.
We'll see what happens.
Well, that's why
I love he went defense heavy. I was surprised at that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we just went 20 minutes overtime.
There we go. OT.
So we're in the OT.
Yeah.
We all silly like the mayor.